The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings, and greetings. Welcome to another episode of XY Show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt. And I'm going to start this week's show off with a little segment. I usually don't get off base. You know, I talk about stuff that affects, relationships, marriages, and families. And then I thought about it, because a fan had requested that I should talk about what's going on. And I thought about, it does affect the family, what's going on, especially black families. Usually I like to do my show to get your mind away from what's going on in everyday life. But I think it'll be real irresponsible of me to not even mention it ever. So I'm gonna give my point on what's going on now. Now all of you know that we've been protesting. Been going on really nationwide and worldwide, really, on the shooting. So many shooting deaths of police. But this one actually on the death of George Floyd, when the police officer kneeled on his neck, making it hard for him to breathe, and he ultimately died. It started a big movement in the United States and worldwide. People all over the world are protesting for racial equality. And I'm gonna just make this quick. I noticed that, I've been watching CNN. I watch CNN almost every day. And Wolf Blitzer and Chris Cuomo always asks the question, especially Wolf Blitzer. He asks the people he interviewed, do you think that anything will change from these protests and what's going on? And he's interviewed quite a few people. I caught Spike Lee and that might have been Anderson Cooper. But Spike Lee was interviewed, Samuel Jackson, and some other notable people. And all of them say the same thing. I don't know if they actually get confused as to, do you think there will be change or are you hoping there will be change? Because they always answer the same question pretty much identically. I see a change coming and blah, blah, blah. And me personally, I don't see how they can say that. I don't see one goddamn thing changing. Ever. I know a lot of you saying, well, damn, that's a lot to say. You ever? Yeah. This shit been going on for a long time. 401 years. And I don't see a goddamn thing changing. Nothing. Nothing will change ever in this country as far as racial equality goes. You got high-profile members of the Trump administration not even admitting that systematic racism even exists. So, and they're not the first ones. Everybody's saying, oh yeah, Trump, yeah, that administration. They're not the first ones who actually think that way. It's been going on for decades, centuries. So I don't think a goddamn thing gonna change. I think when all of the protesters go home, and when all of the the news coverage stops, and everyone forgets about George Floyd, just like they forgot about all the rest of them who was killed by the police, it'll go back just to the status quo of black people getting killed for dumb shit. Not even 2 weeks after he passed, he got murdered. They found a young man hanging from a tree in California. Now, the police didn't do that. At least I hope they didn't. But no, the police didn't do that. But I'm just saying, it was 2 weeks after George Floyd. Why do you think someone would actually do that? Besides sending a message. Like, you motherfuckers, ain't nothing changed. That's what the message was. Motherfuckers, nothing has changed. Nothing ever will change. A young man hanging from a tree in California. Just a couple of nights ago, another police shooting where they killed another black man. Just a couple of nights ago. And the chief of police have stepped down, and it's more intensified protest there now. But my point is, what has changed? What will change? I mean, let's just cut the bullshit. What will ever change? And a lot of motherfuckers say we got to get the legislature, we got to get everything, we got to get laws on the books. What the fuck you think if it's laws on the books? You think those stupid motherfuckers go, oh, it can't be racist now? Oh my goodness. They got laws on the books. We got to love them. We got to love everybody now. Do you really think that's what's going to happen? Just because of laws are on the book? All that means is they got to be more careful. Make sure they cover their tracks not to get caught and all kind of shit. That's all it does. Racism will never change in this country. As long as you have stupid motherfuckers. That's it. As long as you have stupid, ignorant motherfuckers, it'll never change. And don't get me wrong, I think it was beautiful, how all of the races have come together and protested the past 2 weeks. That was beautiful. That's something I haven't seen in my lifetime. Not just blacks, there were whites, Hispanics, old people, young people, foreigners, people in other parts of the world, protesting. That was the most beautiful thing I've seen. And all, it gives you, it gives you more hope. It does. It gives you more hope that, somebody's, might listen a little bit, but will it ever change? No. Shit ain't never gonna change. Let's keep it real. Just say it. Just say it. It's never going to change. It's never going to be different. It's never going to be a level of equality in this country as far as race goes. So even though the protests were beautiful, with all of the races coming together, like I said, that was one of the most beautiful things I've seen in my lifetime. All over the world. But the thing is, as long as there are stupid motherfuckers around and they raise other stupid little motherfuckers, the problem of racism will never go away. That's just something we have to live with. I know a lot of you saying, well, damn, you shouldn't give up so quick. it's been over 400 years. How long am I supposed to wait? So anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that. That was my take of what's going on. Do I have hope that things will change? Absolutely. But in being in real and reality, no. Ain't shit gonna change. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong. I hope I'm very wrong. You guys can say 20 years from now, hey, you were wrong, motherfucker. You know all that shit you was talking. I'll be glad to be wrong on that. But from what I'm seeing right now with all what's going on, people getting, blacks getting the police called on them for, from certain people, saying that they're being attacked when they're not being attacked, calling the police for people barbecuing on their own property, calling police for individuals being in a building which they think they don't live in. As long as we have stupid motherfuckers around, racism will be there. So, anyway, that's all I'm saying on that. I hope I'm wrong. We'll see. All right, let's get this show started. I do have some questions. The first one is from Carrie. What do you have against single mothers? Carrie, I don't have anything against single moms. I don't know. I get emails time to time from women, kind of angry email. And, I'm just being honest. Women always saying, I want you to be honest with me. I want you to tell me. And then when you tell women, they can't handle it. They can't handle the truth. I'm being honest. Look, there's too many problems with women with children. And don't get me wrong, if I see a woman with children, I'm not going to, well, actually, yeah, I will. I will avoid her because sometimes it's just too much bullshit that you got to deal with. You got to deal with the children not liking your ass. You ain't my daddy and all that bullshit. Why would I go into something like that? You're not my daddy. You don't tell me what to do. Yeah, motherfucker. Long as you stand under my roof and I'm paying for your clothes, I will tell you what to do. But a lot of times the moms don't even want to. Don't. And I know some of you have no mothers like that, and they tell the stepfather, "Look, don't say nothing to him. Don't say anything to him. He's my responsibility. Okay, just tell me, and I'll take care of it." What kind of shit is that? Nah, fuck that. I don't have to go into no situation like that, and I'm not. It's my choice. So, not that I have anything against single women. But it's just too much shit you got to deal with. You got to deal with the kids. You got to deal with the crazy ass father sometimes. And then, what if you got to move? Then you got to get permission from the motherfucker that you can take his kids to another state and all kind of shit. Nah, I don't want to deal with that. It's too much shit. It's already enough with the motherfuckers coming from your nuts. And you got to deal with somebody else's little bastards coming from somebody else's nuts. No, I'm not dealing with it. It's my choice, and that's the way it is. I don't have anything against single moms. I love them, but I just don't want to deal with all that shit. That's my choice. So, Carrie, I don't hate single moms. I don't. I really don't. I love them. I think there's really strong women that they're able to take over the reins from being single and raising children by themselves. Very strong person. She's just not for me. That's all. Have nothing against her. Just not for me. All right, the next question. What do you think about The Bachelor show finally getting a black lead? Oh, well, it's about damn time. What, 20, 18, 19, 20 years? 2 decades if they finally get a black person, a black bachelor on that show, not that I watched that shit. I mean, I don't know. I watched the first season, I guess 19 years ago, 17, whatever it was. And it's just funny to me. I'm seeing all these motherfuckers on here who actually claim to be falling in love within 6 weeks. Or I don't know how long the season is. No, I think it's like 2 months. Or maybe it's something. Those of you who watch the show know. It's probably about 2 months, I'm guessing. And so, after 8 weeks, these motherfuckers just falling head over heels. Oh, I love you, and you didn't give me a rose. You're not going to give me a rose, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, these motherfuckers, now I would love to be the bachelor on that motherfucker. Oh, yeah, that's, oh, boy, that would be, you getting to kiss all these women. And, because these women just throwing themselves at this guy and vice versa, when there's a bachelorette. And it just looks real sad to me. Like all these desperate motherfuckers on the show vying for this one man or vying for this one woman and falling in love with that person after 8 weeks. Now, I know a lot of you saying, well, yeah, I fell in love with my wife the first time I seen her. No, you didn't, motherfucker. You want to fuck your wife the first time you seen her. Now, we talked about this. There is no such thing as love at first sight. There's lust in first sight. You seen a woman or you seen a man and you was attracted to them, you wanted to fuck them. But you didn't love them. I hate when people say that shit. Oh, I love them. The first time I seen him, oh my God, I fell in love. No, you didn't. You wanted to fuck him. You wanted his dick in your mouth. You had lust for that man. You had lust for that woman. But you were not in love with them. How can you be in love with them? You don't know them. Makes me almost angry when people say that bullshit. So I know a motherfucker on a show for 2 months, and falling head over heels. Oh my God, I didn't get a rose. I'm not going to get a rose. It shows how sad society is. I did an episode on that. Look for it. It's about marriage. I forget what number it is. I did an episode on that just for that kind of bullshit. People have grown so desperate to get married. They just go on doing a lot of dumb shit instead of letting it happen naturally. You ain't gonna make me believe that any of those motherfuckers on that show are actually fall in love with the bachelor or the bachelorette and live happily ever after and shit. Fuck out of here. So anyway, to answer your question, Erica, it's nice that they finally got a black person on there, but who gives a fuck? I ain't gonna be watching that shit. All these desperate motherfuckers vying for one dude. Now if I was a dude, that'd be an episode. That's something that they should do. Every time I notice that, these bachelorette and the bachelor, they get all these perfect motherfuckers on here who they should get an everyday Joe Schmo like me on there. I'll turn it out. I'll have, I'll make you some ratings that they'll never forget. Producers will be like, oh my God, he's trying to fuck all of them. Oh my God. I can see women on the staff. Oh my God, he's trying to have sex with all of them. Jesus. I be trying to get them. I be trying to get them all. I be giving out 13 roses a night. Oh, he loves me. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, let me go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. The next episode, what you should do after being ghosted. Again, what you should do after being ghosted. Now, before I jump into, the episode, I want to tell you what ghosting is. 'Cause a lot of people never heard that term. Basically, all ghosting is, the definition, the practice of ending a personal relationship with someone by suddenly and without explanation withdrawn from all communication. So to put it in layman's terms, basically, dude or girl, they don't call you no more. They don't return your calls. They don't email you back. No texting. They cut off all communication. That's what it is, basically. And, this has gone on, it's always been ghosting, has always been around. It's just been called a different name. But everybody's talking about ghosting now. So I say, I'm going to do an episode on that because it's pretty funny. Now, the first, you ask, why do people ghost? There could be a myriad of reasons why someone would ghost someone. But the key is when someone ghosts you, the key to remember, that you must remember, don't take it personal. See, a lot of you, you're ghosting, you're being ghosted and you're taking it personal. Like, what is wrong with me? What did I do? It's my fault, and don't take it personal. And then a lot of you, particularly women, need closure. You want to know why he ghosted you. And some guys too. Some guys want to know, why she's not calling me no more. What's wrong? But it really comes down to being a timing thing. If it's, at least for me, and I've been ghosted before. I've ghosted before. But it's all been a timing thing. If we going on a few dates, and I call, I'm calling, you're not calling me back, shit. That shit ain't gonna last long. Okay, well, she ain't down no more. Move on. But if we've been going out for a couple of years, that's different. Then they owe you an explanation. They owe you an explanation. But if you've been going out just for a few months and a few, not a few months, but a few dates, 2 or 3 here, 4 or 5, they don't owe you shit. If they don't call you back, fuck them. Move on. You don't need closure for every damn thing. You don't need to know why. Just move on. There could be a myriad of reasons why someone would ghost you. Maybe he or she think you ugly as hell, but they just couldn't tell you at first, and they really needed some dick that night, or they really need some pussy. But they think you're ugly as hell, but, they're going to kick with you a little while and get them some regular dick and some regular pussy until somebody come along who they're attracted to. It could be as simple as that. Maybe after a few dates, they realize you was crazy as hell. I'm just throwing some reasons out there. They realize that your ass is crazy. So they don't know how to tell you, look, I don't think we should date anymore. I think we should just move on. Because sometimes when you do that, people have too many damn questions. Why? That why again. That why. But why? And a lot of people don't want to explain why. They just want to move on. They don't want to hurt your feelings. What they going to say? Oh, yeah, I think we should stop dating because I think you're crazy as hell. Come on, man. That ain't going to go well. Who the fuck you calling crazy? It's not going to go well. I've done that before. I went out on a few dates and realized that women was crazy as hell, and I blocked them and wouldn't return their call. They didn't know where I lived, so they got the message eventually. And that's another advice I'm going to give you. When you start dating someone, never take them to your house immediately. A lot of you stupid motherfuckers out there do that shit, and at the second date, they're in your crib. Don't do that shit. They know where you live. You don't know anything about that person, especially when it's a woman. But shit, man too. So, don't do that. You wait till about, a good, at least, a month before you bring that motherfucker to your house. Don't do it after the first date, second date, they bring you. No, you can't do that shit no more. There's a lot of crazy motherfuckers out there. Oh, you live here? Knocking on your door one day, oh, how you doing? I just brought you breakfast. Can I come in? Don't do that. So, anyway, get back. A lot of people don't want to deal with the why. They don't want to hurt your feelings. Or most people don't know how to communicate that with you. The why. They just wanted to end. So just live with it. Move on. Don't take it personal. It could be maybe hygiene is not up to par. Now, that's something I ghosted a woman on before. I found out she didn't bathe her ass, enough for my taste, and I found out because I smelled her ass, funky ass, and we would start talking about, I was easing, I didn't come out and say, you don't bathe, why you, you're still kind of funky. No, I'm not gonna do that. You got to do it with tact. So what I did, I started talking about Bath and Body Works and, blah, 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 shit like that. I like the pear and blah, blah. I like the bubble baths they use. And, how many bubble baths do you take a day? Or how many showers do you take a day? Because do you use a lot of gel when you take a shower? I'm fishing, seeing how much she bathes her ass. And she fell for it. She came out, well, I don't use that much gel because I only take one shower a day. Gotcha. And I knew that she probably only washed her ass once a day because she was feeling kind of funky. So I was like, you only take one shower a day? Yeah. You didn't see nothing wrong with this shit. Yeah. I said, well, do you do it in the... I mean, it was... When she told me that, it was pretty much over. I was not going to get with this person. It was over. From then on, it was just small talk. So I said, so when you take it in the mornings before you go to work or at night before you go to bed? She said, I usually do it only in the mornings. I was like, damn, that's even worse. So you go out, I'm thinking of this myself, take your stinking ass out all day at work, people talking in your face, you sitting in public chairs, you might take public transportation, you know how dirty that is. You going in the public bathrooms, all that shit all day. You walking around, and even if you're not sweating like you're out doing landscaping and shit, you still, in corporate, you sweat sometimes. You walking around, and so I'm thinking she do all of that, come home, and then hop her ass in the bed, a dirty ass in the bed, and then wait till the next morning to wash her ass. Hell no. So, after that date, I ghosted her. Fuck it. I can't tell her, I don't think we're a match. Why? That why gonna come up. What I'm gonna say. I don't want to hurt her. I'm not a bad guy. I don't like to hurt people's feelings. And I'm not going to tell her because you don't wash your ass enough for me. I'm not going to tell her that. That's not nice. So I would rather just end it. Which I did. I didn't call anymore. I blocked her from my phone. I didn't return her emails. I didn't return her texts. Nothing. Just let it go. I don't know to this day how she felt. she tried to get in touch with me quite a few times after that. Maybe she really wanted to know that why. She needed closure. But I wasn't going to, I wasn't going to go there. I wasn't going to tell her the why. I didn't have to. I didn't owe her anything. We didn't have anything vested in that relationship. We only went out a couple of times. So I felt that was the best way to do it. It wasn't, that I was trying to do her a bad kind of way. I think that was the best way to do it without hurting her feelings. That's why I did it. Sometimes ghosting is really a good thing, folks. You can't tell everyone all the time the why. You can't get closure every time. Sometimes you got to just take what you get and move on. Another reason, maybe they're married. That could be another reason, of course. They married and they realizing that their wives is kind of getting suspicious, or their husband's getting suspicious, and they got to cut that shit out. So, they ghost you. They really married. You don't know them, so they married, and they don't know how to tell you what they're gonna say. I'm married. Yeah. You don't have to always have a why. Just move on. Maybe the person is confused about their sexuality. They went out on a date with you, but they're having thoughts about the other sex. I know that goes on a lot in Atlanta and other places as well. So, maybe, they go out on a date with you, they like you, but they having a confusion within their own inner self about their sexuality. I mean, that could be it as well. So, you see where I'm going with this. It could be things that you don't need to know the why. You don't need to know it. Just move on. Another reason could be terminal illness. Maybe that person found out that they have a certain cancer or something that they, and it hit them. So they don't know how to tell you that kind of shit. So they just stop all life. When a person don't find out they're terminally ill, that affects them mentally. So they're going through all kind of shit. So they don't think to give you a why. They just move on, which that's what you should do. Or another good reason is they just realize that they don't like you. They don't like you. They feel like, I'm not vibing with this dude. I'm not vibing with this woman. I don't like him. I don't like her. I've done that. Found out that, when you find out that a person that they're attractive, you're really attracted to them. You really want to fuck them. But when they start opening their mouth, sometimes they become very unattractive. They're not appealing anymore when they start opening their mouth. With me, a lot. When a woman starts talking dumb shit, that's a big turn off. I don't care how fine she is. Now, I've changed over the years because in my younger days, even if she was doing a bunch of dumb shit, I was still going to try to get that pussy. Oh, yeah, I was going to try to get that pussy. I don't care what she said. She could have sung a whole hymnal. I don't give a fuck. She could have said the ABCs. I was going to try to get that pussy. Oh, yeah. But now that I've grown older, if a woman starts talking a lot of dumb shit, I don't even want to fuck her. And I can't even believe I'm saying that shit. But that's the way it is now, So I realized that, I really don't like this person. She's not for me. So instead of telling her that, which I've done before, when I find out that me and a person is not for each other, I ghost them for that. Man, she's not my type after all. So instead of what I'm going to tell her, you're not my type, I think you say a lot of dumb shit, so I think we should just go. Nah. I'm going to just ghost her. I'm not going to call her again. I'm not going to email her. I'm not going to text her. She'll get the message eventually. Now, she won't get her why. She won't get her closure, but she don't need it. Move the fuck on. You don't need closure all the time for every damn thing. You don't need why for every damn thing. Just move on. The important thing is to not take it personal. I've been ghosted myself. I know a lot of you can't believe that. But I've been ghosted myself. And like I said, I'm going to call a few times, but after not getting replies and I know she getting my damn text. I got, read receipt. She read that motherfucker. Why she calling me? I'll get the message. Okay, well, she ain't digging me no more. Or she done found somebody else. Or she married. Or she having problems with sexuality. I don't know. But she don't want to be with me anymore. So, you know what I do? I don't need a why. I don't need closure. I move the fuck on. And I don't take it personal. That's what people have to stop doing. Stop taking things personal. Move on. It's their loss. Now, like I said before, it's all about a timing issue. If you went out on a few dates here and there, 4 or 5 dates, 6 dates, and they really don't owe you shit, just move on. But if you've been going out for, a year or 2 years, then they owe you an explanation. Fuck that. They need to tell you their why. That's when you deserve a why. That's when you deserve closure. When you invested time in this relationship. But if you're just starting off and you get ghosted, they don't owe you shit. Just move on. And stop looking for a damn why. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the XY Show. Remember to subscribe to me. I'm pretty much on all the platforms. I'm on TuneIn, Blueberry, Google Podcasts. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Spotify. I'm on all of those, so be sure to subscribe and show how much you love me. My main hub is Spreaker. I'm also on social media. I'm on Instagram, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. Now you can find my social media and my platforms on my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. www.thexyshow.com. You can find everything there. There's a contact form. You can say hello, give any constructive criticisms. Anything that you want to say to me that you can do, feel free. It's on the contact form on my website as well. I'm still working on the store. I'm going to get the store out. Trust me, before Christmas, I'm going to get that store out. You guys don't realize it's hard to find a good manufacturer that, do your shit the way you want it. A lot of motherfuckers be like, we can do it this way, and I don't want it that way, motherfucker. So that's what I'm dealing with now. So be patient. The store is coming. When the store comes, I want you all to order a shirt so you can take a picture and let everyone know that you are a true X and Y. With that said, I will conclude this show for another day until next week, and I want you always to remember that you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.